Learning new skills is always a good thing, and when you start pursuing a new lifestyle, you will definitely acquire some new ones. That's why this video is all about the skills that you will acquire when you start pursuing a one-bag life. And at the end of the video, I will give you my single best tip on which category of skills you should focus on for every kind of lifestyle, even if you're not pursuing a one-bag life. So don't miss out. If you're new here, I'm Sven, just an extreme minimalist one-bag lifer with less than 150 possessions, with the desire to live his whole life out of just one carry-on sized backpack. So if you end up liking the video, don't forget to subscribe and like, but most important, share a comment with your thoughts at the end of the video, check the weekly one-bag life community post, and join me on my journey towards a true one-bag life. But I would say, let's get started. Did you already learn some new skills from the lifestyle you are pursuing right now? Or maybe even learn some skills from the lifestyle you pursued before? I definitely did. No matter if it was minimalism or extreme minimalism or now a one-bag life. Each lifestyle brought a specific skill set to the table that I can prefer or I can learn from right now. And to be honest, a one-bag life was maybe the biggest lifestyle change I had in my life and brought me some of the most valuable skills I learned so far into my life. One of the first skills that I was almost forced to learn was what I call, I would say, systematic packing for a one-bag life. Because with the limited amount of space you have in your bag or suitcase, you need to learn how to pack real tight and real systematic to make the most out of every single inch or liter you have in your backpack or suitcase. So that is maybe one of the most important and most valuable skills I learned, because you can transfer it to so many other parts of your life, no matter if you're packing your wardrobe or your cabinetry. So you will learn how to pack systematically for every occasion in your life. In addition to that, you will really learn how to really prioritize things. Because as I said, when you just have a very limited amount of space in your bag or your suitcase, you need to learn what your essentials are. And you need to prioritize things that you want to bring and need to bring over the things that you could have brought maybe or just in case items. And that will not only be part of your one-bag life experience, but will also translate again into your day-to-day life, because you will learn how to prioritize almost everything when it comes to planning for maybe hobbies, when it comes to your day-to-day planning what you want to do. So you will learn how to prioritize everything in your life when you start pursuing a one-bag life. One of the most important skills you will learn when you start pursuing a one-bag life is how to redirect your time and energy. And that's because when you let go of a lot of things and declutter almost everything you have in your life, you will have only the essential items, which can lead to a lot of boredom in that or as a result of that, because you won't have a lot of distractions anymore in your life. You will need to find a way how to redirect your time and energy into maybe projects or maybe into hobbies that you want to pursue. So it's very, very important to learn the skill how to do that and how to use your time efficient and in a very good way for you personally, because otherwise you will definitely experience a lot of boredom, which can be not only bad, or is not only necessarily bad, but I think if you just have boredom except of the things you've done before because you were distracted, then it's not such a good thing. On the other hand, you will need to learn the skill of self-control. We live in a world where we're not meant to be to live with only maybe a backpack or only the essentials, because the world is focused on fast-paced consumerism. So learning the skill of just have self-control about the things that you buy and that you need is very, very essential to a one-bag life. Because right now, in today's day and age, you can just buy almost everything that you need or maybe even don't need and get delivered to your doorstep the next day. So it's very, very helpful to know what you want, what you need, and have the self-control to really think about the things that you want to have. So having that in today's day and age, where it's not meant to be to live with such less things, it's so important for you to learn when you start pursuing a one-bag life how to keep self-control, even though there are so many very, very cool and interesting things out there, to just keep the essentials that you want to have. And lastly, maybe the single most important skill that you will learn when you start pursuing a one-bag life is letting go. Letting go of your things, letting go of some memories, letting go of expectations, letting go of almost everything in your life. Because when you only have a limited amount of space, you will need to make hard decisions. And even when I was a minimalist or then an extreme minimalist, letting go of things wasn't that hard, to be honest. Because mostly you decluttered or let go of things that you didn't use anyways, so it wasn't that hard. But when you size down to only a backpack or a suitcase and need to fill up the space with all the things that you want to carry, you will definitely have a hard time at one point to decide what is really important and what not. So that is the point where you really need to think about how you want to let go of even memories or things that you thought were important before, just because they won't fit inside one of your backpacks or your suitcase. But to be honest, letting go of the things that I thought were important to me was one of the best decisions I personally ever made, because I now feel as free and as independent as I never was before of my things, and it was one of the best decisions that I ever made to let go of almost everything. You can see, you will learn a lot of valuable skills when you start pursuing a one-bag life. For me, it led me to the point where I am right now. And as I already mentioned, I never felt that free, that independent, and that excited for the journey ahead of me than I was before. So for me personally, it turned out to be all the right skills that I needed to expect or make the life or go on the journey that I always wanted to be. But now that you know the skills that you will learn when you start pursuing a one-bag life, here is my single best tip on what category of skills you should focus on for every kind of lifestyle, even if you're not pursuing a one-bag life. Skills that are focused on your personal health and your personal relationships. These are the main two things in your life that will guarantee that you will have a good and fulfilled life in the long run. Because when you focus to acquire new skills for your health, you can do the things that you want much longer than you could do when you won't focus on your health. And on the other hand, you should always have a focus on your personal relationships. So building skills, building better relationships on that skills will be one of the best things that you can invest your time and energy into, because every time in life when you feel bad, when you feel sad, relationships will be the things that will carry you on your journey wherever you want to go. So focusing on building skills for your personal health and for your personal relationships are, in my opinion, the most important things you should focus your time and energy on for every kind of lifestyle. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe and like, but most important, share a comment with the skills you learned so far from your current lifestyle, and also don't forget to check about the weekly One-Bag Life community post. The next video will be about my new 25-liter backpack for my own personal one-bag life journey. In the meantime, you can watch my last video where I show you the furniture that I own while I'm pursuing a one-bag life. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.